Good morning, students. Today we'll be continuing our second chapter. Under second chapter, we have two method of data collection. One is primary data collection, which we have been seeing till now. So, for today's class, we'll be seeing what is secondary data. Okay, going for the meaning. Secondary data is the data which has been already collected and analyzed by the enumerator. Secondary data is also called as second hand data. So this data is already been collected in the primary data. They have been done researches, everything, and they have been kept. So this data are being collected in second hand. So information which have been already collected and done researches, based on that we will be taking information is called secondary data. This is also called as second hand data because we have been taking for the second time, okay, after the collection of data. That is why it is called as second hand data. The sources of a secondary data, we have two sources of secondary data. One is published sources and other one is unpublished sources. So moving on to see what is published and what is unpublished sources. So, published sources, official publications of international boards such as IMF, IBRD, and UNO, etc. So, your work for today is you're going to get abbreviation for IMF, IBRD, and UNO. You people need to find the abbreviation. So these are the official publication international bodies which have been collecting secondary data always. Official published of center and state government. So published sources are your budget, okay, and any tax planning. All those are your published by central and state government. Now, for example, for published sources are your journal, newspapers, and periodicals. So these are the information collected in the primary. They have been segregated the information and they have been given for the second hand, okay. Your newspaper, already in primary data, the primary sectors will go do research and collect the information, okay, and that one they have been given to secondary data. Secondary data they have been published, okay. Newspaper, everyday's news, that is a primary data to secondary data. Then website of various organization on the internet, okay, where we have lot of websites on various organisms, okay. If I need any information on the company, okay, or anything, I can google it and I can take the information. That is your secondary data. And published, see, some informations which have been published in the internet, only that one we will get. Unpublished informations we will not get. Next we have unpublished sources, okay. Unpublished sources are which have been maintained secretly by the informer. So records maintained at the government office, municipal office, etc. So what and all the record, okay, they have been kept in the offices. Only the office people will know the information, they will not publish to anyone. Then records maintained by research institutions, research scholars, etc, okay. Now see your second image, the researchers where they're finding medicine, they will be having n number of things, okay, informations about the medicine. What are the formulas have been used, what are the chemicals have been used to get a medicine, okay. All those things have been here. And your diaries, okay, the information what we have been recorded, okay, or anyone recorded personally or officially in a diary. That is also which is unpublished sources, okay, where they have been not published. So difference between published and unpublished is where published reaches to public people, okay, where they give it the information for all the public people. Unpublic is where the information is kept very confidently, okay, by the company researchers and all. So and where they have not reached to the public hand. Then information, okay, the information regarding an inquiry can be collected in two ways. So let it be in primary or secondary data, the information can be collected in two ways. First one is census enumeration. First one is census, second one is sample survey. Now what is census, we will see. A complete enumeration of each and every unit of the population is called census enumeration. So 10 years once we will be having census done for the know the strength of the country, okay, what is the population, how many birth have been taken, how many death have been taken, people be shifting from one place to another place. So all those things will be taken in the form of a census. So here example, population of a census of India which will be continued once in every 10 years in the census enumeration. And this one helps to know what is the strength of the state, country, and what is the income of the country. All those things can be analyzed by the census enumeration method. See, a census have been taken like this, where people come to your doorstep, collect the information. After collecting the information, the researchers will go like this. So merits, this result are more accurate and reliable, okay, where we get information here is accurate because we go door to door and we collect the information directly. The data are collected for each and every unit of the population. As we go do survey for door to door step, we will be knowing how many people are staying in one house. So counting the population is easier. Then census method is free from the sampling error. So here it has been free because we collect everyone's information, not like sampling. Sampling is where we take on the random. Then demerits, non-sampling error are likely to be more in census enumerations, okay, where people may not be in that place but we will be having information on that one. Even people will tell there are chances to tell people in the false way. It requires more money, labor, and time. Yeah, as we go door to door, we require labors more, and we require money and time also. It is not possible in some circumstances where the universal is vast. See, the population of India is 120 crores. Okay, to find out this population count, we need n for the census. We need lot of time. Okay, and employees also we need more. Budget also will increase more. So for vast, it is not been suitable. While processing the data, if the units are damaged, census enumeration is not suitable. See here, when we are doing the researches, the information what we are collected, okay, if it has been damaged or misleaded, we cannot continue our censuses and give proper information. Then sample survey. The representative unit, a part or a proportion of the population is called the sample. An enumeration based on a sample is called sample survey. So here we are going to not take all. Okay, if I need to do survey, on what information I need to do survey on, based on that I will collect my samples. So taking a proportion, okay, or a part by part, that is called as sample, not the full. The theory of sampling has developed recently, but it is not new. In our day to day life, we have been used for sampling theory without. So, here we will be using sampling, okay. For example, your malls and all, okay, the way they keep the sample pieces of, if the customer is going for shopping, they will just call and tell, this is the sample piece we have been kept for the usage, you can use and give the review. So sampling is where we take it randomly. Knowing about, for example, is a housewife testing a small quantity of vegetable before purchasing. Of course, as the women's or your mothers, when we go shopping with them, for each and small vegetable also they collect, okay. For your lady's finger, best example is I can give here is for your lady's finger, where they will break in the tip of the lady's finger to know whether the lady's finger is good or not, okay. The tomato which they have take also, it will not be very raw or very ripe, okay. The medium sizes they will take, because it should large, it should come for the longer period. And they see that tomato, it is good in the condition, okay, where it is not juicy type or very ripe one, okay. So everything is being done by sampling, okay. A day to day life also is being done by sampling method only. See, this is the sampling method questionnaires, okay, where we have on survey monkey, okay. Survey monkey is a questionnaire feedback form where they will be asking for the sample fillings. Then merits, this method requires less labor, less time and economically. Yeah, because we are not taking information from everyone, we are going to take randomly on the sample basis. So who is coming for shopping, only with them they will be taking. Who needs, okay, only with them they will be taking. So this labor requirement is very less compared to census. Even the time requirement is less. Then sample survey is more scientific than census method. Sampling survey is very scientific, because the product or what the information we will provide for the customer, okay. On based on that only sampling, based on that we will tell sampling method is very scientific. This method is applied for those unit which is descriptive in nature, okay, where we take randomly, okay, we cannot do everywhere. So descriptive in nature it is. Sampling survey is free from non-sampling error, okay. Sampling survey can be done anywhere, okay, there will not be error at all. So it is free, the information what we collect and what we share will be true. For that there is no error in the sample. Then demerits, sample survey require adoption of appropriate sampling method and appropriate method of analysis. See here in sampling there is a method, appropriate method is there, okay. We need to adopt to that, and where we are going to do sampling, how we are going to do sampling, all those things will be an analysis of method. Then, if the population is too heterogeneous in nature, the sample of the use of sampling procedure is impossible. See here, I can do sampling for 10 people. Okay, I cannot do sampling for lakhs of people. So sampling is heterogeneous of population. It should not be more, where I have different types of preference, different types of taste, okay. all those things will put for me an problem. Sampling errors are part and parcel of a sampling survey. So where it is an part and parcel of a sampling survey. So today I will put an end till your sampling survey. Tomorrow's class we will start on polit survey. Thank you, students.